Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's is not going to be the most uplifting topic, but it's something that really needs to be talked about. I feel like I need to get it off my chest, and I just kind of want to share it with you guys and just kind of see if any of you guys have any opinions on this that kind of match mine. So we're going to be touching on a few subjects here. Obviously, we're going to be talking about, as you can see from the title, just kind of the state of Black Ops 3 Zombies and the community as a whole right now. It's a really messy place. We're going to start with the bad, and then we'll end on the good. I guess let's just start off with the first one. My first topic on this is the hackers, of course. I mean, the hackers are everywhere. I spent the last year off away from the game. I was making a map for the game, and I hadn't really played too much, and I hopped back in about a week ago now and do my first live stream, and straight away I was knocked offline. He just kept joining my server, he just kept joining my private lobbies. I had blocked him on Steam. I'd made sure I didn't have him as a friend. I closed my party. I made it to one player only, and he was still able to join me. If I can find clips of this, I'll put it in the video.
He pulled my IP. Okay, we're getting off. We're leaving. Nope.
I saw this stuff and I'm like, what the hell? How is he joining? Didn't really understand. And then I later on that day get to talking to another guy that I met through one of the Black Ops 3 servers, the official one actually. And he started showing me this mod menu that you can download. He was trying to convince me to do it. I said no, and I just asked him, I was like, tell me more about it. Just trying to learn more about what this mod menu actually does here. And on this mod menu, he showed me that you're able to corrupt people's game files, DLC files. You are able to knock people offline. You can lock their username. You can lock their clan tags. You can do a bunch of really brutal shit on top of all this too. The list is really endless. And once you're on their list, they have like a list of players they can check to see if they're online. They can spam them error messages, join their sessions without permission. Once you're on that list, there's no real getting off. You're kind of screwed after that. You just gotta hope that somebody or whoever's doing it just kind of leaves you alone. In my case, I was lucky enough that the guy who joined me did leave me alone, and I haven't really been messed with since. I think he left me alone because he's not able to actually touch anything of mine right now because of this new patch that was released. I'll leave a link to it in the description. You download this patch, you open this little patch before you start Black Ops 3. Basically, I don't really understand fully what it does, but I know that if you're running the patch, the only people who can join you are others who are also running the patch. You pick a password for your lobby, and the only people that can join you are people who also know that password. And if anybody is trying to run a mod menu while opening this patch, it'll instantly just crash and it'll never work. They're not compatible with the mod menu, so like the patch won't be compatible with any mod menu out there. So that's nice. That's constantly being worked on and updated. I guess that's one solution to the hackers. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I've heard it works, I've heard it doesn't. So far for me, it's worked great. It's kind of shitty, man, because Black Ops 3 is amazing. It's a great game. I mean, we're all watching this video for a reason. It's one of our favorite games, and we want to know more about why it's being destroyed. And it just sucks that, you know, people want to see very valuable things be burnt for, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know how could that be fun? How could that be enjoyable, sitting there and fucking up the community like that? I just don't see, like, on hacking on some games, I get it, man. Like, if you're gonna go into a lobby with aimbot, I understand. You're shitty at the game. You're tired of getting shit on. You're frustrated. You download a mod menu, you start shitting on people. I would never do it, but I understand where they're coming from. Like, there's a motive there. You know what I mean? But for this hacking, I don't understand the motive. What's the point? What are they gaining from it? Why do they want to do it? I don't know, man. Because it's not even like they get to see reaction to getting upset about it. If you do get upset about it, they don't get to see any of that. They don't. On their end, all they see is like a message saying, okay, this worked or whatever. Probably something along those lines. So I seriously don't understand the motive behind it. It's kind of crazy to me. Another thing I want to touch on is toxicity, man. The community has run so toxic. It's sad to see it, man. I joined in the Black Ops 3 official Discord server just trying to learn more about this hacking situation after I got hit. And immediately, as soon as I asked, I just had a couple of the admins respond to me right away, telling me that, you know, this is what's going on with it. This is how it works. And immediately I told them, I was like, that's not true. You're spreading, like, it's false information. They're basically saying that you're safe. Don't worry about it. It's all fixed with the patch or the update that just came out. And I was like, that's not true. And they got mad at me. They threatened to kick me and stuff out of the server because apparently I was trying to like spread false information, even though it is not true that that update that came out for Black Ops 3 about 2 weeks ago does not help anybody anymore. It has already been fucked with. All the hackers know how to get around the update. Like, it didn't fix anything. So if you think you're safe right now without the patch, please do some research and download this patch that I downloaded that I'm going to have in the description. That will keep you as safe as you can possibly be to this current time right now. So anyways, yes, this community has just run toxic. Everybody in the server was just kind of being a douchebag, except for one guy who was kind of decent. He pulled me to the side and kind of gave me the ropes up and down of everything that's going on, what to look out for, what to stop doing. Another thing you guys can do to protect yourself if you're a streamer or content creator like me is there's going to be numbers up at the top right of your screen while you're in a lobby. Those numbers apparently help the hackers grant access into your lobby. So if they have those numbers there, they can join your lobby, and that's just kind of how they get you. So if you're streaming, recording, taking pictures and posting them on forums, color those numbers out, put a box over it. I just throw my webcam over it. Or if you download this patch, it gets rid of the numbers entirely for you, and it just replaces it with the patch and then the version number of the patch. Those numbers are no longer there. I'm telling you guys, if you want to play zombies safely, download this patch. I'm vouching for it like I made it. I have no affiliation with the patch. I don't know the guy who made it. Another shitty thing about the community right now is many of the content creators that we've loved watching over the years, like Mr. T Lexify and The Smith Plays and Tim Hansen, they've all kind of stopped playing the game now. Some of this is related to hacking. Some of it's related to just straight burnout, moving on from the game. You know, it's understandable. Mr. T Lexify has talked several times about how the hacking situation has pushed him away from the game, and he's not able to, you know, enjoy the game anymore the way he wants to because his name's so big, because there's such a big target on his back. It's almost impossible for him to actually get into a session and play without somebody knocking him off or getting his IP address. It's just not worth the risk, right? He has to play offline, and if he plays offline, he can't play with his, you know, friends and make the content he usually does. So it sucks. It sucks to see this happening, because if we stop seeing content get put out for this game, that's pretty much it for us, man. Like, that's the glue holding this whole community together, really, is, you know, when you get off your game and you're laying down in bed and you're headed to bed, what's 90% of us throw on a couple of Black Ops 3 videos, and that's kind of what we do in our spare time as well, and it's just kind of what keeps us involved in the game, learning new stuff, watching tips and tricks, speed runs, your favorite creator do challenges, stuff like that. And when those slowly start to dissipate, we're not going to have really any new content coming to the game. That's our only form of fresh content right now for Black Ops 3, other than custom maps, and I'll talk about that later. So those are all the negatives that I can think about right now that are pushed me a little too far, and I just wanted to talk about them. The good sides of the community right now. Obviously, the game is extremely beautiful, especially for its age. The lighting really knocked it out of the park in this game, especially with the vibrant colors. It was hard to make a map look bad with this recipe. Like, it's too clean to fuck up, you know what I mean? This is why these custom mappers are able to make these maps look 10 out of 10, man. This game has some of the absolute top tier maps in the whole entire franchise. That's undebatable. Like, it's just is what it is, right? Same up there with Black Ops 2. Like, Black Ops 2 and 3, best zombies games to date. Obviously, everybody knows this. This is not news to anybody, hopefully. It's impossible to avoid this game for long if you're truly a zombies fan, man. Like, if you decide that you're burnt out and you want to take some time away from the game, it's a matter of maybe months, a year for some people, and you'll come back, dude. Like, it's not something you can, for me anyway. I feel like I've taken my breaks, you know, everybody has, but you just keep coming back, man. You itch for that zombies gameplay. You don't get anywhere else. Another great thing about this, and the last thing I'm going to touch on before I end this video, is the workshop. It has tons of 10 out of 10 maps. Many more in the making too, including Call of the Dead, Depth, and Westland are some of the ones that are already out. There's also a Buried remake in the works right now. And then I've also just finally released my own map that I spent the last year making, although I'm my own worst critic and I do not rate my map highly at all, even though many people have told me it's great. Yeah, that's another thing that's helping keep this game alive. But if this hacker issue gets bad enough and nobody can go online anymore, you're gonna see a lot of these maps stop being played too, because a lot of people are just hopping in with their buddies. You know, after work they get home, they hop into a map with their buddies, play a couple hours, get a high round, do this new Easter egg on this new custom map, hop off, go to bed, wake up, go to work, man. That's a lot of our schedules, and nobody's gonna be able to do that anymore, and nobody's gonna play these games by themselves. It's and that specific group of people don't play by themselves. It's not what they do. They're only, you know, using the game to play with their friends. And if that section of the community also dissipates, that's a huge chunk of the community, man. We're gonna lose a lot of people there. So all in all, man, like, the game itself is fucking perfect, but these hackers and the toxicity in the community, which is never going to go away, it's gonna kill the game.